Hi, welcome back to part 3 of the scientific community's global warming fudge the figures fiasco from the book of Graph's Wind and Wish chapter of Revelations for the New Age. All joking aside, how many volcanoes are there in the world? The exact number is unknown. During the past 10,000 years, 1,500 volcanoes have been shown up on land. They're known to exist. At present, there are 600 volcanoes that have known to erupted during the recorded history. So that's about a third. Slightly over a third. Well, 50 to 70 volcanoes are active each year. 20 are active at any one time. So let's go and have a look. What is the largest active volcano? Mauna Loa on Hawaii Big Island. It reaches 1,700 metres. 17,000 metres. Wow. That's big. And in history, in recent history, not counting Pompeii, Krakatoa, Indonesia in 1883. Before, after. Krakatoa, Sumatra, you get the idea. What's erupting and where? Now this is a steady stream, satellite stream of information about current volcanic activity. Now if you press this button, this is what you get. Now here it shows you the correlation between earthquakes worldwide, only quakes that are greater than or equal to 3.4. I can't remember the name of it. So you've got these volcanoes all in this track, plus you've got, look at where the earthquakes, earth tremors, earthquakes, earth movement, see them? All dispersed and interspersed with them. Don't see too many off on their own. See? So, I mean, let's just shut that down. We'll have a look at it. And there's Hawaii there. Look at this range here. Look at that. And this is where the storm run is. The South Equatorial Storm Run. The only place in the world there is one. It's from this point to this point. Here is the start of the north one. The north goes right along there and comes back to there. Almost meeting up. So I mean, all the green ones are inactive, and you're talking about, this is the 1,500 here, and you're looking at, you know, the active ones are a magnitude of 3.4, the magnitude of 4.5. So that's that data. And they're all the land-based ones with the sea-based ones, the known sea-based ones, submarine ones, shown. Now we're going to look at a list of submarine volcanoes in a minute. Costa Tonga, Hawaii, Iceland, Yanuta, Indonesia, there's Sumatra. Oh, certain patterns are forming. So, for our sake, for the rest of our information, we will go to Google Earth. Now, Google Earth is a great way of looking at preset places. Here's some I set up earlier. Now, what we're going to do is, we're just going to see the overview of this. There it is in the Pacific Ocean, Pacific Basin. You can see, look at the depth of that. Look at that depth of that run. Nothing to stop cold water coming right around there. And that's pretty much what happens. So there is Hawaii. This is where the lava flow is coming down. And this is where the lava is going straight across into China. It's going that way, above the equator. right through South China Sea, Sumatra, Krakatoa. Yeah. So anyway, let's have a look at what's next on Tonga. Wow, very close. And again on a plateau. In the same region, but south of the equator. Look at that. So, I mean, not to linger too long, you can see the shallows, you can see the heat, you can see what it's causing, and look at this, right next door, almost in the same region, Tanu. So it's Hawaii, Tonga, Tanu, all within a radius. Look at that. And these on the same longitudinal strata. So let's be right. I know Krakatoa is not actually active, but let's have a look at Krakatoa. There we go. East of Java, as the poem says. And you can see this is still part of this southern hemisphere storm run right through the north of Hawaii, and there is where the equator is going. This is below it. Now look at that. See that ridge? See this deep water? See the last of the shallows here? Broken shallows. If you look at the shallows around China, Yangtze comes out here at Shanghai. Look at all these shallows. Look at the depth of cold water. Coming in there, up to there, hitting warm water. Warm water spilling across from the surfaces, coming across the surface from Hawaii. Now, Sumatra, bing bada bomb. There we go. So I mean, look at the ratio. Look at how close these all are to one another. And I'm going to add this one myself. Reunion Madagascar. It's not a hell of a active, but it's active. It's a submarine volcano, the same as the rest we've just been looking at. And look at this. Right next to Madagascar. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? Again, at the formations, deep water, cold water, and shallows. Again, shallows. So you can see, I mean, Indian Ocean, Australia, right round to there. This is all trailing. You'll see it all again shortly. But let's not forget that from here, we saw that movement of that water coming up here. This is where it goes. Now this is just, if the other one's the pilot light, this is the primer. All that has to happen is that the water has to be just fluctuating enough so that when it gets here, it's pushing the warmth into there to melt this cap. Doesn't it take much of a stretch of the imagination? Look at the extreme, the differences of weather we've had. Scotland itself, the Highlands of Scotland, Aviemore and that, used to have a thriving skiing industry. And it's been a couple of decades or more since that has actually died out. You want to do any good skiing and guaranteed skiing, you still have to go to Switzerland, you still have to go to southern France, you still have to move to northern France, and you still have to move away. The best place to go these days is not Norway or Sweden. But now, let's just see. All it takes to get into that area is it's got to just stretch that much. Now, let's have a look at that. There's Britain, there's that, It's not going to stretch much. The flow's just got to hit there to get caught in that pool. Because this is shallow. See this? Shallow. See the bit that's remaining? That's deep cold water. I would expect that to stay solid. You saw the pictures? You remember it? There's the median line there. And it reflects that deep water. But you look at the shallows. Look at those shallows. Look. All it has to do is reach there. It doesn't have to stretch by much. And if it's fluctuating, you ever move the hose back and forward? Hose in the path? You'll see what I mean. You can move things around by not directly hitting them, but by landing the water and moving the water flow around a distance away from them, and the spray gets to it, this run gets to it. That's how water works. Anyway,